Did you know that in solo leveling, the most terrifying dungeon wasn't actually a trap, but a highly calculated test? Most fans remember the Double Dungeon as the place where Sung Jinwoo almost died, the site of the Smiling God statue and the brutal massacre of a low-rank raid team. But there is a much darker truth hidden within those stone walls. It wasn't just a random high-ranked gate appearing in a D-ranked dungeon. It was the Cartenon Temple, a sanctuary designed by a being known as the Architect to find something the world wasn't ready for. Today, we are going to break down the sinister secret of the Double Dungeon and why it was the only way to create the Shadow Monarch. On the surface, the Double Dungeon follows a set of terrifying rules. Worship the Lord, praise the Lord, and prove your faith. But what the series slowly reveals is that these weren't just religious commands, they were a filtering system. While other dungeons are designed to be cleared for mana crystals, the Cartenon Temple was built to find a human vessel with enough mental fortitude to survive a forbidden power. The Architect needed someone who could face absolute terror without losing their mind. This is why the statues didn't just kill everyone instantly, they forced the hunters to solve a puzzle of survival. It was a simulation of a war between gods, hidden in a place where only the desperate would find it. This is where the anime and the manhwa reveal the true horror of the Architect's plan. In the anime, we feel the visceral fear of Jinwoo as he watches his friends get torn apart. But in the manhwa, you realize that the system was never a gift, it was a cage. The Double Dungeon was the only place where the laws of the universe could be bent to allow a system error like Jinwoo to exist. The Architect chose this specific environment because it was outside the reach of the other rulers. If the statues hadn't pushed Jinwoo to the brink of death, the Shadow Monarch's soul would have never found a home. The manhwa makes it clear, the Double Dungeon wasn't a tragedy, it was a cold, calculated ritual. In the game Solo Leveling Arise, the Double Dungeon is brought to life as the ultimate test of a player's strategy and patience. You weren't just fighting a boss, you were fighting the environment and the rules of the temple itself. The game emphasizes the breaker mechanics and the importance of timing, forcing you to relive the tension of the original raid. If you ignore the statue's movements, your entire team is wiped out in seconds. The game makes something clear that the anime is just starting to show. The Double Dungeon is a strategic masterpiece of horror. It turns the god statue from a simple monster into a permanent reminder that in this world, even a god can be a pawn in a much larger game. This is why the Double Dungeon remains the most important location even as we move into the Ragnarok series. You can have powerful hunters and massive armies, but everything started with that one system error in a hidden room. Without the Architect's cruel design and the massacre of the Cartenon Temple, there would be no Shadow Monarch, no leveling system, and no hope for humanity. The Double Dungeon proved that sometimes you have to die to truly awaken. History might call it a tragic accident that killed a few low-rank hunters, but the lore knows it as the birthplace of the strongest being in existence. The temple wasn't a tomb, it was a cradle for a god.